Welcome back to Life with Anthony Spade. I am Anthony Spade, and today, guys, I think the last time you saw me, whoa, that's right, engine light on. All right, I had to restart that. All right, guys, welcome back to the next day. The last video you seen, we were installing the floor here, and we put in the interior. Well, today, I got that wrap, the cat wrap, and we're about to unbox it now for the first time. But I have to move my car cattle corner in the driveway just so I know I have it at a good angle in order to do the installation. So now that we got the car angled out right, this is what we're going to be doing today. Okay, we are going to be putting a wrap back here, but first we have to get the wrap out of the box. It just came in. Let's see what we got. All right, I ordered this from Skull Designs. It's a private company. It's not one of those big companies. I'm trying them out for the first time. If they do good, then guess what? We're gonna come back with more. So I got it right here. Let's take a look, see what's going on. Ooh. All right, stretched out. This is, I can tell you this, guys. This is way the fuck bigger than what I thought it was. You see how big that cat's head is? Oh man, just one or two sides. So it's looking like, hold on, let me put this down. I may have just, hold on, let me fix this camera up. And then we're gonna turn this around this way so you guys can see the floor here. Let me see this. Turn this around. There we go. We got two of them in there, one for each side. I can tell you this. I did not expect this to be that big. All right, now if you see, we have a cat. It's a yellow cat design, one for the right side and one for the left side. But I honestly thought that this headpiece was going to be a lot smaller because we're putting it right here. So what does that mean? That means that I'm not going to use this entire wrap. I'm only going to cut enough for that head to poke out. That head's going to take over the whole back end, but let me go ahead and cut this open real quick down in here. Let me go ahead and cut it out in pieces, and then we're gonna place it onto the back of the car, all right? So stick with me while I figure it out. YouTube. All right, guys, we're back. I unraveled it and put it up and magnet it to the car so I can take a look at it. If you're looking to do wrap, these magnets are really cheap. They're like 20 bucks for a pack of 6. But this is what you'll need if you want to wrap. So you can set the wrap up and actually see what it look like. All this from the back, I don't even need that for real, for real. And I was thinking about throwing that on the truck. But if you stop and look at the headpiece here, where the head is, it seems like it's too big for the back. But I really do want to put it on because I need to cover that up. So I'm trying to think if I should just bring it on up and put it through the light and then cut it out of the light, or what do we do? Most of this is not going to be used, but I am going to attempt to create a design out of it. As you guys can see, this is too big. I should have ordered it in a small length. I don't want to wait another 3 weeks. So now is the artistic part. Now you have to see, hey, it don't fit. What do? I have a really big cat head that belongs on the whole side of the car, but I only got a back fender to work with. So let me use my artistic side here in a little bit. When I come up with a game plan, then I'm gonna let you know. We're gonna bring the cameras back on. But for now, stick with me. All right, guys. I think I found where I'm gonna take the risk. So if you stop and look, I kind of have the cat's head at an angle coming up by the light. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have it coming from the bottom up. So what I'm gonna do now is put these pins in place to stabilize where I want it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna come here. You see this up in here? This is all the inside of the tire. So I'm gonna take a razor blade and cut all this down because that's the part that I don't want. We're gonna shorten it out, and then I could use all this leftover stuff right here to create another design. If not, I just have some extra wrap to do something else. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut. Be right back with you. YouTube, all right. I've cut out the parts that I didn't want. They're right here. Just because you order the whole wrap don't mean you're gonna use the whole wrap. It's like placing a tattoo on. You only wanna use what you wanna use. So what I've done is, let me show you, which is why if you're putting on wraps, magnets are very important. Okay, get down and fold it back over, show you what I'm doing. All right, now you can see where I have cut at. All right, you see that cut? So now I can bring it down, put it in place where I want it. Put that back. Okay, so now we got the cat wrapping around. Right, now to keep from losing my spot, that's what these magnets are for. Take this magnet, well, you just got that magnet to keep it there, and then you can spin it and move the paper out of place, but still keep your position. Place that magnet there, but that magnet is still holding it in place, so I can go ahead and clean the part where I want to put the wrap at. So now what we gotta do is find some cleaner. All right, I'm in the garage. I gotta find some window cleaner, and I'll be right back with you. YouTube, all right guys, I've cleaned off the back area. Now what we're about to do is spin it around, and I'm gonna do a time lapse. We're about to go ahead and put the wrap on, all right? So stay tuned and watch. All right guys, this is the next day, and my attempt to put the wrap on the back of the car has failed. All right, now what happened was it was originally too big anyway, so trying to fit it on with the heat gun, it just didn't work because I had nowhere to wrap it around to get it to stick. So we unfortunately had to put that in the trash, but that was only for one side. I still had a whole other side that I wasn't putting on. So what we're going to do is, we're not gonna waste anything. We're gonna take the other side right here, and we're gonna give the truck a tattoo. Right now, I just got the crud cleaner just cleaning off the truck. So I'm going to be taking this wrap right here, and I'm going to be putting it in the front of the truck. And that wrap is only going to be on one side. So we're giving you a tattoo. And with some of the leftover stuff, I may go and create a design for the other side. But for this, I'm gonna put the wrap on here to show you guys how to put a wrap on. Now, this stuff is easier than what you think it is. That's the whole meaning of me doing this. So I'm gonna skip over. We're gonna go ahead and wipe down the truck with this rag, and then I'm going to put the magnets on, put the design on, and then I'm gonna see you, all right? I'll be right back in a little bit. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we are back, and I have the wrap set up. You can see I have the decal on there. We haven't peeled it off yet, but I put it together with a magnet, and then you cut off all the access stuff that you're not going to use. That's what you see here, is me cutting out the decal from that big sheet. So now that we got all the paper minimized, now it's gonna be a matter of cutting this crack down. You see how the door is, where it's gonna separate anyway? We're gonna cut between there so I can put this into 2 pieces, which will make it easier. And then I'm gonna try to put the decal in either end from left to right or from up to down. I may go from up to down. The fact that you got this crease right here is gonna require a little bit of extra bending and folding. So I'm gonna put you guys on speed mode. We're gonna cut that out and we're gonna start putting the decals in, all right? Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gents. All right, what we have done here is we've put on the first head. You can see it's kind of going with Deadpool a little bit, kind of have the Deadpool and the cat together. It was better if I would have had the Deadpool in turquoise. It would have came out a lot better, but you gotta realize this wrap right here was supposed to be on the back end of this. But I'm glad I put it on this because, all right, go ahead. Got the electrician fixing stuff, because like this car is kind of old. It's got a lot of rough spots, so you're gonna get a lot more bubbles. That's why you see these bubbles in here, because the paint job is bad. But you know, it's still cool when you're driving down the road. People don't know. I got scratches in here too. So that's the first half. Now we about to put on the second half. All right, so stay tuned and you guys tell me what you think at the end. YouTube. All right, guys, we are done, and this is what it looks like after putting on the wrap. So we went on and put a little tattoo onto the truck. This is a work truck, but we do have some bubbles in here. I'm not really too concerned about the bubbles that are in there because it is a work truck, but I didn't want that wrap to go to waste. But I've called the company that I am getting the wrap from, and we've made some adjustments to the back. What I'm getting in the back is I'm gonna have a skull right here. It's gonna be a skull coming out the side, ripping out the back end of the car. And I think that I'm going to be done with putting a wrap on this car. That would officially be done. This right here, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. With the leftover stuff I got over there, I may create a little design myself just to throw on the other side, but right now it is gonna look matchy. When I drive down the road, people will see this side, but on the other side it's gonna look like an entire different truck, which is cool on my end. All right, so hopefully you guys watch the video, you like the video, and you tell me what type of wrap should I put on, or if you have any wrap ideas for the new build that I'm about to bring out. And I don't like the way that eye is. We do that eye. All right, guys, comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels, and hopefully if you want to wrap your car, you took some tips from what I just did here, and that way you could do it yourself. Some people be thinking these wraps cost thousands of dollars. Yes, when you want someone else to do it. Whenever you want to do the work yourself, all right, all you have to do is just do it slow, and it'll look good. For a couple $100, you can look like you have a masterpiece. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.